Beyond the postcards lie countries rich in culture, beauty, and moments that still feel undiscovered. This is your invitation to travel deeper into somewhere unforgettable. These are the most underrated countries you need to visit. Welcome to Lost, Beyond the Map. In the quiet north, across the Baltic Sea, there's a country that moves differently. This is Estonia. Here, silence has weight. Forests stretch endlessly, broken by misty bogs and mirror-like lakes. Boardwalks float across wetlands where the only sound is wind moving through pine trees. Nature in Estonia isn't dramatic. It's grounding, calm, honest. Then there's Tallinn, a medieval city that feels frozen in time, yet effortlessly modern. Cobblestone streets wind beneath red rooftops and stone towers, while cafes glow softly behind ancient walls. One moment you're walking through the Middle Ages, the next, you're in one of the most digitally advanced societies on Earth. Beyond the capital, the country opens up even more. Wild coastlines, quiet islands like Saaremaa, where life slows to the rhythm of the sea, wooden villages, empty beaches, and skies that feel impossibly wide. In summer, the sun barely sets. In winter, snow turns everything silent and cinematic. Estonia doesn't overwhelm you with attractions. It gives you space to think, to walk, to breathe, and the culture reflects that same mindset, reserved but deeply sincere. Locals don't rush conversation, but when they open up, it's genuine. Food is simple, seasonal, and connected to the land. Sauna culture here isn't a trend, it's tradition, woven into everyday life. Despite everything it offers, Estonia remains overlooked. Affordable, uncrowded, unpolished in the best way. No tour buses filling the streets, no pressure to rush from place to place. If you're searching for a destination that feels untouched by noise, that balances history, nature, and the future in perfect harmony, Estonia isn't just underrated, it's unforgettable, once you slow down enough to see it. Learning a new language? Meet LingChat, the AI that chats, corrects, and coaches you in real conversations, anytime, anywhere. Personalized, fun, and actually effective. Click the link in the description to get fluent faster with AI. When people think of South Korea, they think of trends, K-pop, technology, neon lights. But that's only the surface. This is South Korea. Here, the future and the past exist side by side. In Seoul, glass skyscrapers glow through the night while ancient palaces sit quietly in their shadow. One step takes you into a fast-moving city of innovation. The next, into courtyards where time feels paused, history carried in stone and wood. South Korea moves fast, but it knows when to slow down. Just outside the cities, mountains rise sharply, wrapped in forests and mist. Buddhist temples hide among trees, bells echoing softly at dawn. Hiking trails lead to viewpoints that feel untouched, even though millions live just beyond them. Then there's the coastline. Rugged cliffs, peaceful fishing villages, endless beaches stretching along the east and south. On Jeju Island, volcanic landscapes meet turquoise water, and the island feels like a different world, wild, calm, and cinematic. And food here is an experience of its own. Meals aren't rushed, they're shared. From sizzling street stalls to quiet family-run restaurants, every dish tells a story of tradition, patience, and pride. Eating in South Korea isn't just about taste, it's about connection. But what truly makes the country unforgettable is its energy. Warm, curious, and welcoming. Locals help without being asked. Strangers share tables. Nights stretch long with laughter, food, and conversation. There's a sense of belonging, even when you're far from home. Despite everything it offers, South Korea is still overlooked by many travelers. Less crowded than other major destinations, more affordable than you expect, and endlessly diverse. If you're looking for a destination that feels alive, that challenges what you expect travel to be, South Korea isn't just worth visiting, it's worth discovering. Just across the Adriatic, there's a country still flying under the radar. This is Albania. Here, the coastline feels almost unreal. Along the Albanian Riviera, the sea glows in shades of turquoise and deep blue. Hidden beaches curve between cliffs. Quiet villages sit just above the water, untouched by mass tourism. In places like Samul, the Mediterranean feels the way it used to, raw, calm, and breathtakingly clear. But Albania isn't just about the sea. Drive inland, and the land rises fast. The north is wild and dramatic, towering peaks, deep valleys, and mountain roads that feel like they lead to the edge of the world. In villages like Theth, time slows. Life is simple, nature is overwhelming. Silence feels earned. Albania's history runs just as deep. Stone cities like Berat and Gjirokastër climb hillsides, their Ottoman-era houses stacked like pages of a living history book. Castles watch over valleys. Ancient ruins sit quietly in the open air. This is a country shaped by empires, isolation, and resilience, and its story is written into the landscape. But what truly stays with you is the people. Hospitality here isn't scripted, it's instinct. You're welcomed into homes, offered food without being asked, treated not like a tourist, but like a guest. Conversations linger. Smiles come easy. Albania doesn't rush you. And somehow it's still affordable. Fresh seafood by the coast, hearty mountain meals inland, long coffee breaks that stretch into afternoons. You get more time, more space, more authenticity, for less. Albania is a country of contrasts. Wild mountains and gentle seas, ancient traditions and youthful energy, rough edges and unforgettable beauty. It doesn't try to impress you. It doesn't need to. If you're searching for a place that still feels like a true discovery, this is it. Africa is often introduced through its extremes, but there is one country that quietly holds all of it. This is Uganda. Called the Pearl of Africa for a reason. Here, the land feels endlessly alive. Rolling green hills stretch into the distance. Rainforests breathe with sound. Lakes shimmer under open skies. Every road feels like it leads somewhere unexpected. Then there's the wildlife, raw, intimate, unforgettable. In Bwindi Impenetrable Forest, you don't just see mountain gorillas, you meet them. A moment so quiet, so powerful, it stays with you forever. But Uganda isn't only about wildlife, it's about water. The Nile begins here, flowing with force and history. At Murchison Falls, the world's longest river explodes through a narrow gorge, crashing with a power that shakes the ground beneath your feet. And just when you think you've seen it all, Uganda slows you down. Lake Bunyonyi, calm, misty, impossibly peaceful. Dozens of islands scattered across still water. No rush, no noise, just reflection. Uganda's cities tell another story. Kampala is energetic, chaotic, and full of life. Music spills into the streets. Markets pulse with color. Modern Africa and tradition move together, unapologetically alive. But what truly defines Uganda is its people. Warm, open, effortlessly kind. Smiles come easy here. Conversations start naturally. Hospitality isn't an industry, it's a reflex. You arrive as a visitor, but you're treated like family. And despite everything it offers, Uganda remains affordable. uncrowded, real. No over-curated experiences, no staged moments, just authenticity. If you're looking for a place that feels untouched, that moves you, grounds you, and surprises you, Uganda isn't just a trip, it's an awakening. While much of Southeast Asia races forward, building higher, louder, faster, there is one country that chose to slow down. This is Laos. Here, time feels different. Mornings begin with mist rising off the Mekong River. Orange-robed monks walk silently through quiet streets. Life doesn't demand your attention, it gently invites it. In Luang Prabang, golden temples glow at sunrise. French colonial balconies overlook palm-lined roads. Cafes sit beside ancient monasteries, where bells echo softly through the air. It's a city where history, spirituality, and everyday life exist in perfect balance. Beyond the towns, Laos opens up into something wild and cinematic. Limestone mountains tower above green valleys, rivers carve through jungle landscapes untouched by mass tourism. In places like Vang Vieng, adventure feels raw again. Kayaking, hiking, floating beneath cliffs that seem to stretch forever. Then there's the water. Turquoise waterfalls hidden deep in the forest, natural pools so clear they feel unreal. At Kwangsi Falls, the world slows to a whisper. Just water, light, and silence. But what truly defines Laos is its spirit. There is no rush here, no pressure to consume. Meals are shared slowly. Smiles come easily. Strangers greet you not with urgency, but with warmth. Hospitality feels natural, never forced. Laos doesn't overwhelm you with sights, it gives you space to feel them, and somehow it remains affordable, uncrowded, and deeply authentic. No packed itineraries, no over-polished experiences, just real places, real people, and real moments. Laos offers something far more rare: peace, presence, and perspective. If you're searching for a country that lets you breathe, that reminds you why you fell in love with travel in the first place, Laos is waiting. Far in the north, there's a country that chooses silence and turns it into something powerful. This is Finland. Here, nature isn't a backdrop, it's the main character. Endless forests stretch beyond the horizon. More than 1,000 lakes shimmer under open skies, reflecting clouds, sunlight, and stillness. In summer, the sun barely sets. In winter, darkness brings something magical, the northern lights dancing above frozen landscapes in Lapland. Finland moves at a different rhythm. No rushing, no chaos, just space to breathe. Cities like Helsinki are clean, modern, and quietly beautiful, where Nordic design meets the sea and life feels intentional rather than overwhelming. And then there's the sauna, not a trend, not an experience, a way of life. Heat and steam, followed by icy water that shocks you awake. It's not about relaxation, it's about reset. Adventure in Finland doesn't scream for attention. It waits. Cross frozen lakes, paddle through mirror-like waters, sleep in a cabin where the forest becomes your soundtrack. Here, nature isn't something you visit, it's something you belong to. While other destinations compete for your attention, Finland gives you something rarer: clarity, calm, space to breathe. If you're tired of crowds, if you're searching for somewhere real, Finland isn't loud, but it stays with you long after you leave. Here, mountains rise like guardians above deep valleys. Clouds drift through forests untouched by time. This is Bhutan. High in the Himalayas, Bhutan doesn't try to impress you. It invites you to slow down. Prayer flags flutter in the wind, carrying wishes across the sky. Nature isn't something you escape to, it's something you live within. Then there's the monasteries, perched impossibly on cliffs, hidden in mist, carved into silence. Tiger's Nest isn't just a destination, it's a journey. Every step upward strips away distraction until all that's left is breath, effort, and awe. Bhutan measures success differently, not by GDP, but by happiness. Gross national happiness isn't a slogan here, it's a way of life, balance over excess, preservation over profit, progress without losing the soul. Even the cities reflect this mindset. Thimphu has no traffic lights. Traditional architecture is protected. Modern life exists, but it never overwhelms tradition. You feel it in the rhythm of the streets, the kindness of strangers, the calm confidence of a culture that knows who it is. Festivals explode with color and meaning. Masked dances tell ancient stories. Drums echo through mountain courtyards. Entire communities gather, not for spectacle, but for connection. And the people, quietly warm, deeply respectful, proud of their land, eager to share it. Hospitality here is gentle, not loud, genuine, not performative. Bhutan isn't crowded, it isn't chaotic, it isn't trying to be famous. That's exactly why it matters. In a time when travel is rushed and destinations feel consumed, Bhutan remains protected by policy, by culture, by choice. Visiting feels less like sightseeing and more like being welcomed into another way of living. Hidden quietly between the Alps and the Adriatic is a country that doesn't shout for attention, yet leaves a lasting echo. This is Slovenia. Here, fairy tales feel real. An emerald lake, a church on a tiny island, castle walls watching from above. Lake Bled looks imagined, yet it's completely real. And it's only the beginning. Drive an hour in any direction and the world changes. Snow-capped peaks rise inside Triglav National Park, where rivers glow unreal shades of turquoise and trails disappear into untouched wilderness. The Socha River doesn't just flow, it shines, carving its way through valleys that feel frozen in time. Then comes the cities. Ljubljana, small, green, and effortlessly charming. No rush, no chaos. Cafes line the riverbanks, bridges tell stories, and life moves at a human pace. It's a capital city that feels like a hometown. And just when you think Slovenia is all mountains and forests, the sea appears. A short stretch of Adriatic coastline, sun-warmed stone streets, Venetian architecture, and coastal towns like Piran that glow at golden hour. Slovenia's magic is balance. Wild but accessible. Peaceful yet full of adventure. Alpine hikes in the morning, wine tastings by sunset. A country that fits an entire continent's beauty into a space smaller than most regions. Best of all, it's still under the radar. No overwhelming crowds, no inflated prices, just authenticity, protected nature, deep-rooted traditions, and people who genuinely care for their land. Slovenia doesn't try to impress you, it simply invites you in and stays with you long after you leave. Far from the crowds, at the heart of Central Asia, lies a country that feels like stepping into a forgotten chapter of history. This is Uzbekistan. Here, history isn't locked behind glass. It rises in blue and gold beneath open skies. In Samarkand, massive domes shimmer in sunlight, mosaics glow with impossible detail, and the Registan feels less like a square and more like a stage where centuries still breathe. Uzbekistan was once the beating heart of the Silk Road. Caravans crossed deserts, empires collided. Ideas, cultures, and dreams passed through cities like Bukhara and Khiva, places where narrow alleys, ancient walls, and quiet courtyards feel untouched by time. And yet, this country isn't frozen in the past. Modern life moves gently alongside tradition. Trains glide across vast landscapes. Markets buzz with color and sound. The scent of fresh bread fills the air before sunrise. Beyond the cities, the land opens wide. Golden deserts stretch endlessly. Snow-capped mountains rise in the distance. Silence here feels powerful, like the world paused just for you. Then there's the hospitality. In Uzbekistan, welcome isn't an act, it's a value. Strangers invite you to sit, to eat, to stay longer. Meals are shared generously, from steaming plates of plov to endless cups of tea. You're not treated as a tourist, but as an honored guest. And the best part? It's still incredibly affordable, uncrowded, authentic, real. Uzbekistan doesn't compete for attention. It doesn't need hype. It offers something rarer, a sense of discovery, a connection to history, a feeling that you've found somewhere the world hasn't fully caught up to yet. Most people scroll past it on the map, a small country tucked between giants, rarely trending, yet quietly unforgettable. This is Montenegro. Here, mountains don't rise gently, they erupt from the earth. In the north, jagged peaks slice the sky, alpine lakes mirror the clouds, and silence feels sacred. In Dermitor, nature doesn't whisper, it commands your attention. Then, without warning, the landscape changes. Winding roads descend toward the Adriatic, where medieval towns cling to cliffs and the sea glows in impossible shades of blue. The Bay of Kotor feels like a fjord stolen from Norway and dropped into the Mediterranean, ancient walls, stone churches, and streets that echo with centuries of stories. Montenegro is small, but that's its secret weapon. In a single day, you can hike through wild national parks, raft one of Europe's deepest canyons, and watch the sun melt into the sea from a quiet coastal village. Without crowds, without rush. And then there's the soul of the place. Strong coffee poured slowly, locals who treat time as a suggestion, not a rule. Food that's simple, rich, and deeply connected to the land. Fresh seafood by the coast, hearty mountain dishes inland. Everything feels real, unfiltered. While the rest of Europe battles over tourism, Montenegro remains refreshingly untouched. Affordable, raw, and beautifully imperfect. It doesn't beg for attention, it rewards curiosity. So if you're looking for somewhere that still feels like a discovery, somewhere where nature is dramatic, history is alive, and moments feel earned, don't follow the crowds. Find the place they haven't yet. Don't forget to click the link in the description for Ling Chat and get fluent faster with AI. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and click the video on screen for more.